Hello Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Tarot Solar Sun Studio. In this new series we are going to perform what is something I can learn within 10 minutes that will be useful for the rest of my life. We are going to begin with a soul truth, and we will hear the artist out of this deck. And the soul truth here: how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. And here we have the soul's action. It says choose one self-care action to do today. 1. Set stronger boundaries. 2. Meditate and listen to your heart. 3. Speak to yourself with compassion. 4. Focus on your strengths. 5. Say no to something that isn't a soul yes. Say yes to something you are afraid of. Let go of what you cannot control. Stay far away from drama and negativity. Ask for help and allow it. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Now, this is the message of the artist of this oracle deck. Now, with the cards, we are going to explore the self-love and compassion part, especially if there is any situation here coming out in which you need to apply self-love or compassion. We will see. Or a situation that the lesson for you is actually more self-love and compassion into your daily life. It can be. Let's see the cards out. We have the Judgment. We have an Hierophant. And we have a Knight of Cups. Wow. You have 2 major arcana cards in this mini spread. So then here we are definitely talking about some major events and situations, it seems. Okay, now obviously there is a matter of judgment here, and here though it's okay. Now it's like you try to find a mutual ground with a person in your life. This is like to look for a mutual ground, but this mutual ground will be found as you cast a judgment about a situation. It's like you will acknowledge that judgment, and it's like what will be the other person's approach to that. Depending on that judgment, it's about finding that middle ground. Wow, we have the Book. No, this is really a thing. Yes, we have a man here. We have a man who is approaching. A masculine figure is approaching. And we have also the Aquarius and Pisces energy in the Lenormand. Okay, now here is this is like for the future of something. You are like doing this for the future of a particular situation, and the future will be decided upon the future of this situation will be decided upon your judgment. So your judgment in this situation is very important. Now, maybe it can be the self-love needs to be in while judging this. Also, to be able to look at from a compassion can be also very important to this situation, because these energies will be, I think, called upon. This is going to, I think, change a relationship or a connection setting with a person. So you have really bring out the truth. You will bring out the truth out of this. There is some kind of a knowledge you are also seeing, and you are bringing out, you are sharing this. There is this particular fields of knowledge maybe you are studying, or you have this research for something, and your judgment is like based upon that particular field. Maybe that's spiritual idea, this fields of knowledge. It's like the truth will reach out to the other person, and it's like from now on this person needs to approach you from this personal truth you have finally find out. And this is I think this is gonna help you in this soul action, because it's coming from a point in which you have really looked into. I think, Aries, if you have like a long time exploring a new field, or this knowledge, some people, I think, may not be ready for it. It's like when you bring out this, as you acknowledge your truth, as also a matter of self-love and compassion towards yourself, because maybe this would be something you would normally maybe deny in order to not to cause a problem with this person. But now, whether this person accepts it or not, you will likely to acknowledge this. And maybe you think that this is going to fulfill a person's life. At least they can be maybe happy for you. Maybe this person wants to be very hopeful and trusting you, but they had very unfulfilled wishes. But they aspire to something, you aspire to something, and they want to reach out to that point where you have been. This person may have some dreams, and this man is in your future. So will you communicate what you have found in terms of truth with this person? Because maybe normally you would idealize them, but it's like now, rather than idealization, you want every stone to be turned. And if this means to acknowledge your truth, maybe some result of your studies, new knowledge, you will do this acknowledgement as a matter of self-love and also compassion. And you want to have faith to this person. You want to trust them. And you will see if they are going to deeply connected to you from maybe similar values, let's say. So for them, maybe you may be also pretty much changed now. This lately, this judgment you have reached out, also which you have back up with some special knowledge or study, is like fascinating for you, and you are also wondering if this can also fascinate them. There can be here also a very well-educated person, intelligent, intellectual, knowledgeable, which may also affect your sense of judgment, by the way. There can be here maybe academist, I don't know, scientist, or a person who is up to research, teacher, professor, or maybe you are in this position, by the way, you are in this position, it can be. There can be some facts about a matter, some truth about a matter that you have finally maybe making a judgment about this person. So there is this to get to know energy maybe, and maybe this institution, that truth, that field of study will connect you. And first and foremost, what this really reading is screaming out is about telling the truth to a man that you have also judgment maybe changed, or now you will be something with your vocation or lifestyle. It can be, it's like you speak your truth here, but this truth is not coming from just some 1 or 2 day contemplation after. It depends on some knowledge there. Maybe your ways or what you have been through, when you explain this to a person, you maybe also see, you know, how they will respond to you, and upon that response you will like decide if you are like on the same path with this person. Some Aries see really there is this change of belief system, your even personal philosophy, the way that you look at life. So it is because here we have the Aquarian and Piscean energy, so there is something, this is not your just, you know, my personal truth thing. The truth here your find out has a universal quality as well, but will it be applicable for them? Or you have been brought this particular knowledge, or like introduced to something, and you will maybe judge something or someone based on that. And don't forget that self-love and compassion energy, because maybe this is a situation also you need to be more compassionate towards them, like maybe not empathy. Compassion is actually not empathy, but it has a more different undertone here, like feeling for them. So, or it will be really the level of self-love or the level of compassion will determine what will come next out of it. It's not an easy situation. It's not an easy situation, because here there is some you know, I'm making this reading, I didn't put a date actually on the title, neither in the there is some tags for reference with regards to timing in the description, but I didn't put a time in the title. There wasn't any space for it, one thing, and another thing, actually I intended for this reading to be more of like a timeless, so it can resonate in a time you watch. Maybe you will be watching this like 5 years later since it is first released. But we have the Aquarius and Judgment here. This can be also like a Pluto and Aquarius energy. So the Pluto Aquarius energy, so this is going to be some transit, which is going to actually begin by March, just for a brief moment, but then the Pluto will switch back to Cap again, but then it will again switch to Aquarius for the next 30 years. So here there is some massive change in the consciousness, I do feel, of you and in this situation. So the energy here is like quite, I would say, cosmic for you. Yes, this is like a bit bigger than your personal space, Aries. So there is some sort of enlightenment in your personal life. Something is getting revolutionized, I would say. There is this how do they say, some liberty from something. Excuse me. I think it's you have this particular ideal, and how the other person will like match to it. I also see something here very inventive, but how this invention or this discovery will be also change maybe some people's life in your life, because your impact will be large here. But after all though, it's a very fascinating reading, I have to say. Maybe all this time you have been supported others in your life, but now it's time to show this support to yourself. Because if the compassion does not include yourself, then it's not complete. As the Buddha states out here. Maybe this man is also coming for help. So allowing the help maybe for this situation can be also an act of self-love and compassion for yourself. So this can be also another energy. But here, there is a man on the horizon. And whatever happens here, they want to involve. Aries friends, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope the reading can help or inspire you in some way. It is definitely not your usual tarot reading, because this energy is quite eccentric in the cards in this particular reading, and I'm very happy to translate as the interpreter. Hope the message will go for those who need to hear this at this time. Thank you so much, Aries. Take good care. Bye for now.